Professor, so does it mean that actually President Trump will be more unpopular on the back of it? I mean, after all, he ran on a campaign promising, I don't know if it's more equality, but actually, making America great again. This is all America, not just the top half.
That's right. In fact, polls show that 2-to-1 Americans think it's a bad bill. What's striking is they think it's a bad bill without seeing all the details. When they see some of the details, I think they're going to think it's a horrific deal. And the economic benefits, which Trump champions, are not going to come out. He's not a great economist, let's face it. And if you look at what determines investment, even what the CEOs are saying they're not going to take that lower corporate tax and give it out in wages. They're not going to spend it on investment. They're going to do more share buybacks, more dividends.
Right.
A little bit will go to wages, a little bit will go to investment, but the vast bulk of it is going to go to those very people at the top that you were talking about before that have done so well under globalization, which is one of the points of my book, is that the way globalization was structured, it may have increased GDP for the United States and for Europe, but more than 100% of the gains went to the top, to the corporations. It was a corporate-driven agenda, and it was actually globalization, as we structured it, as we managed it, is one of the forces that have led to the suppression of wages. And the reason was obvious. We put American workers in direct competition with low-wage, unskilled workers in China. It was almost inevitable, it was almost obvious that system, if it was not well managed, would lead to lower wages in the United States. And that's what's happened.
Which leads exactly to my question: how do you manage globalization better? But not talking about it philosophically, just in concrete measures from now. How can we handle it so that more people feel included?
Well, you have to have, in part, a tax system. You have to have a tax system. Yes, the economics may lead to some people at the top doing better, but then you take back some of that gains at the top and you use that for social protection, for education, to bring up the skills of those at the bottom.
Right.
And so you can do it. It's not that hard. The Scandinavian countries have basically done it pretty well. Not perfectly, but they've done it pretty well.
Yeah, but Joe, we don't want to live Scandinavia. People move. I'm going to rip up the script here. This is too important. We're not Sweden.
No, we're not Sweden.
All the conservatives say Stiglitz wants us to be Sweden. But we went west to Gary, Indiana, and Chicago.
That's not the issue.
Upton Sinclair, we all read, because we're not Sweden.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. The question is, can we learn something from what Sweden did? And what we can learn is that you can have systems of social protection. You don't need protectionism. And this is the big divide. One of the reasons I wrote the book is to say Trump's solution to the problem of globalization is actually going to make these workers worse off.